Hello and welcome everybody to a completely unexpected live stream auction everything thing. I'm going to go ahead and post the announcement that bidding begins now. So some background for everybody who was not at the live stream the other night. I was supposed to vend an expo today, but because Midwest, we went from fall to dead of winter in about 24 hours, and power's been out all over southeast Michigan. We got a lot of icy rain, sleet, what have you, weighed down a bunch of branches, and now a bunch of places are without power, and thus I went to vend the expo this morning, as did many other folks. Got there and the power was out, and waited around for about an hour and a half, and eventually they just called off the whole thing. Very reasonable. So now I've got a bunch of stuff I was supposed to take to the expo, and I don't want to put it away. So here we are. Trying to think where to begin in all this. I've got unfortunately I didn't have to write things down again. I had a whole list written out from when I was doing my inventory yesterday night. So let me just catch up in the chat here. Got quite a few people. Just when I thought my wallet was recovering from Christmas, Kyle announces an auction. See how much self-control I can manage today. We'll be smaller counts of a lot of stuff, but I'm going to go out of my way actually to probably even in the Discord put the size of stuff that you'll be receiving, because the expo game is very different from online sales in that I try to bring large individuals to show off what things actually look like. There's more adults in the counts. I usually bring some younger, fresher pairs of stuff when I include them. And that is, of course, because the expo market is very hit or miss. You could have somebody come and buy half of something off your table one day, and then for 3 months between that and the next time that happens, nobody wants anything. You could bring a pair of rhino roaches, and everybody just kind of eyes glazes over, and then one day somebody will come frothing at the mouth, begging for rhino roaches, and you'll have to tell them, sorry, I had those last month, not now. So I'm going to be a little dry and sweaty here. Not dry and sweaty. Dry and strained here. I've had the house on set to 72 because there's a very real possibility that we could lose power at any moment. And I want things to be as warm as possible if that happens, just so that there's a little extra heat buffer since I don't have a generator, which I will when I move. But we're playing Russian roulette once again. Power doesn't usually go out on my block, no matter the severity of conditions nowadays. And if it did, where they usually take care of it pretty fast within a couple of hours, but the whole grid's stressed right now. Anyways, DTE, as much as people like to defecate on the power provider companies and whatnot, they were out ahead of time. I've seen vehicles all over 24/7, and so I do appreciate their hard effort, because they're definitely going the extra mile, at least for this particular weather system that's moving through. So I hope everybody who's in the chat is with power. Obviously, you kind of have to be to. No, I mean you could be on your phone using your satellite connection, I suppose. And so if there's anybody doing that, you are very committed. So gonna just preface some things really quick. We've got shows tend to be kind of isopod and roach heavy. There are some miscellaneous things tossed in here. I just remembered I forgot one. And I'm also now realizing I should get an Excel sheet up and going for this. Oh, I'm having some flashbacks to Fall Guys. Just looking at the Excel document I haven't opened up since fall, and yeah, It's okay. That's behind us. There's only about 100+ items, so let's get this thing. Done. Now I will go over some differences between the Bugapalooza auctions and now. One of which is, unless pending weather being more extreme next week, I am going to actually ship on the day that I'm leaving for vacation. So I'm going to pack everything up the day before, or get it pretty much close to being fully packed up, because heat packs obviously have to go in things, and then ship it out that Monday as early as I can. So that's one thing. 2, shipping is not included in your wins. Please make sure you've read the rules. They're in the Discord and in the YouTube description. Shipping costs are not included in your wins. And at this time of year, depending on your location, and with full winter gear and live arrival guarantee and all that stuff, usually runs about $50 to $70 to most locations and for most size orders. Please keep that in mind when you are placing bids and whatnot, that the shipping is not included, because we do have to use full gear and express services at this time of year. I cannot pass the benefits of good weather on to you when there is no weather. So let's see. Let me get the spreadsheet all cleared up here. It's going to take me a minute to get back in the groove of stuff. Oh, also, if anybody's curious, Beetle Pixel did reach out to me. I think it was earlier today, actually. So, orange juice by the half gallon. Yeah. And yes, I did just dig out of my last orders, and there's orders piling up for when I get back from vacation, but that's just life. Hello, Love with Scales and your whole workplace that's listening. Okay, we're gonna just let's hop right in. Now, remember, we're going by the auction rules. I will be posting the quantities and full names of everything in the Bid Central. Everything will be put in there. You must bid in there. Periods at the end of your bids. I think it was dollar increments, blah, blah, blah. X before the bids are wrapped up and all of that jazz. It's going to take me a minute again to get into things. All right, let's get into it with the first thing. We have a group of 10 medium to large Porcelio Bolivari. How do I do this? I gotta put the starting bid as just the price next to it. It's been so long. I scroll up through everything. Anyways, yeah, you guys are getting the guys have really been having some conversations in the Bid Central after the last. Surprised how much stuff people have been talking about. Okay, I just put the thing after it. All right, easy, very easy. All right, starting bid of $30. Thank you, Annabelle, for posting that. Again, everybody has to have read the rules, which are pinned and posted above. And also in the YouTube live stream, but just in case. Do you have Orthoptera, perhaps? Yes, we have very sparing Orthoptera, very sparing, and by that I mean there's like one thing. So maybe we'll do that sooner than later. Well, I will say it's everybody's responsibility to read the rules, which are pinned and posted up there. And I did do an ad everyone. Wondering where else I could even put that. I'll put it in the live stream here. I'll do a message. Shipping is not included in shipping is charged separate. How do I say that? Shipping costs are not included in winning bids. I'll pin that in here as soon as I can get to it, because the emoji reaction thing is in the way. You have to pay for shipping. Yes, circa. Can I pin this? Did I pin it? Can I pin it? It's not letting me pin. Why is it not letting me pin this message? Pin message. It won't let me pin the message. There we go. Pin message. Message pinned. All right, perfect. All right. Yeah, here's the other thing, guys, is this is extra distressing to me because I went out of my way to get this whole new like display thing for isopods ready for this expo. I'm not going to spoil what I'm doing. I'll wait for people to show up to the expo to see it, but so that you can actually see the isopods you're buying at the expo, and it's not like just a cup of dirt with foggy plastic, but a way that you can like look in and, oh, that's what I want to see. You know, you just right there. And also not stressful for the animals is also very important to me. There's the wind howling. But anyways, and so it's a little bit cumbersome to haul around, and so now it's like, okay, I guess I did all that for nothing. And I can still reuse it next month, but I gotta take all the vertebrates out of the enclosures. So anyways, I'm a little miffed about that, but what are you gonna do? All right, here's the X for the bids on the Porcelio Bolivari. Expo getting canceled is a huge bummer. Yeah, it is, but also being without power is a huge bummer. So speaking of which, if I do suddenly disappear, that's where I've gone. My power has gone out, which if the wind stays up, again, there's a chance of it, but we're probably good. Probably. All right, wrapping up the bidding on the Porcelio Bolivari group. Going once. Going twice. Sold. To Love with Scales with a winning bid of $40. Thank you. All right. Gotta get my Porcelio Bolivari. 10. All right, I get the next thing queued up. Next up, we have a group of 12 Porcelio Flavomarginatus. If I can copy paste from my Excel sheet, that would be great. It's not going to let me post as an image. All right. Porcelio 12 medium to large Porcelio Flavomarginatus. Starting bid of $20. There's a couple of these that are like approximate amounts, not because there will be less, but because I usually throw in a couple extras in case anything perishes. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures ready, and the site overhaul is not done. So the expo was the Michigan Reptile Show in Taylor, Michigan, the second Saturday of every month religiously. And it is, my brain has been like blue balled, pardon the vulgarity, but because I'm always ready to go to the expo and like grind it out for a day and then like know that evening, like when I get home, I can just completely relax for the evening and like not worry about anything because I feel like I've really, really earned it. And so I just sort of went this whole day just like being super anxious and wired and on edge because it didn't feel right going there and then turning around and coming home. The orthopteran is crickets. We may do it very soon. Thank you to anybody who is posting pictures. I guess I could copy paste pictures, but I don't like to do that because I should not be using people's photos. But if random people are volunteering to post photos, I'm fine with that. All right, here's the X for wrapping up the bidding. Made it right on time. Yeah, we got a lot of people here. Welcome everybody to this this very impromptu auction, which I cannot believe I'm doing, but here we are. But yeah, I'm real. Gotta say, guys, I'm gonna really earn that vacation. Like, especially after this week, because I'm not shipping this upcoming week. I'm not shipping anything because the temperature dropped. But I got all these. These are all gonna go out before, like, the day I leave for vacation, and then when I get back from vacation, all my standard orders are gonna ship. So really, really, really. Really grinded it out this winter. Okay, going once on the Porcelio Flavomarginatus. Going twice. Sold to Devin No Name. Winning bid of $40. All right. Next up, we won't waste any time. 15 to medium to large. Cubaris species cappuccino. Starting bid of $30. Here's the other thing. I was so ready for the show. Show us your hat. Where did you get it? This is from the Chiricahua Desert Museum. And I've actually been trying to, for like 2 years, get in good contact with the company that makes these, because they make, they got Scolopendra Heroes hats and Tarantula Wasp hats and Tarantula hats and this hat and that hat. And I've been trying to get them to make a Roach one. And I have the high resolution pictures for digitizing and all this other stuff. And they didn't get back to me after a while. So I'm a little miffed about that. Maybe I'll have to send them an email from the UMish email and be like, hey guys, I have no problem paying that minimum order cost you talked about. So but I do love these other hats. I just hope they get back to me, because I don't care if I have to pay. I want an Aaron Vega hat, as do some other people. I seem very excited for this expo. I got up at like 8. I usually get up for the expo like 8:15 or 8:30, or I snooze my alarm a lot. And I was like, nope. I was like out the door. I was like there at the expo. It's like usually a 25 to 35 minute drive for me. I was at the expo like 8:45 today, and I was ready to get everything set up and like relax before. And nope, we can't have nice things sometimes. All right, wrapping up bids on the Cubaris species cappuccino. This picture makes them look way too. There are somebody posted this picture makes them look way too good. There are some individuals that are a bit more actual cappuccino-y, and they don't deserve an 8 for $500 price tag, but they're pretty isopod. I will not. I'm not gonna. I will go to bat for them. They're definitely nice. With a lot of these Cubaris, Nasodillo, Troglodillo, there are some where it's like, yeah, it's just all the pictures. But, there's a fair number of them where you look at, yeah, that's nice. That's a cool bug. Not going to, complain. All right. Going once on the Cubaris species cappuccino. Going twice. Sold to Arbs with a winning bid of $62. All right, next up we have, let's see. We have, wow, I can feel the draft. I'm going to put my blackout thing down. It's crazy. You get a little bit of wind and everything just gets, all the heat gets swooped out of the room. All right. We have 15 small to medium gryless species, Marina, California, starting bid of $30. No picture because they're not even identified yet. But the smaller nymphs have a nice little, even up to like the 4th, 5th instar, they have a nice little band of yellow across them on like the thorax. I think it's maybe on like the prothorax and the mesothorax, something weird like that. But they're pretty. They've been very easy to breed too. Crappuccino, somebody said. I wonder if I could pull up an INAT record for grylus from that area. Some people call it gryllus. See, maybe I can get some pictures of something similar off of the old INAT. I could just find a nymph that has the patterning. The adults are just like oh yeah, this looks like it. The adults are just your regular looking grylus, but similar to this. Let's have more yellow. All right. There's no pick. So I would not be surprised if it's the same species, but this is definitely an older nymph, so there's not as much of the yellow banding. What's the frame picture that you're finishing the auction with today? I don't have one for today. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll be forced to scroll through my phone and find something. A panic, hit the panic button. Write that down. All right. Here's the X for wrapping up stuff. That. The trick is to not ask if, but rather which. All right, going once on the grylus from Marina, California. Going twice. Sold to Orang Mango. Winning bid of $38. All right. Next up, we have a group of 20 medium to large Porcelio Scaber, Spanish Orange, pure, original stock. Starting bid of $20. So I'm realizing this would be, in this situation, if I had another camera, I could just take off and use on the stuff. I mean, everything would take forever, but I'm trying to think because there's like one or two Scaber that are debut stuff, or one or two things that are debut stuff, and so I would kind of want to show them off. Actually, I might have a picture somewhere because I did finalize that very special line of Scaber, the name and all that jazz. I did finalize that. All right, we have some isopod enthusiasts here who really want to get their hands on that original stock. It was either last year or the year before I X for wrapping up bids. I sold a bunch of these. I think it was the year prior to somebody, and then I killed my colony. Can't remember what happened. Something stupid. And then I had to email the guy that I just sold the group to. Was like, hey, do you still have those? He's like, yeah, I was, you can have them back. I'll trade you for something else. So I traded him for something, and I got my colony back from him. It was a local person, which was nice, and they obviously did not mix them with anything. They were very clear about that, and I was very clear about that, giving them to them. We will have some millipedes. I'll have some good millipedes tonight, actually. All right, going once on the Scaber. Going twice. Sold to Amos winning bid of 35. I'll put you down as AMOZ. I'm trying to array mango. I put you down without the zeros too. It was just easier to do that. All right. We'll do another Porcelio. We'll do 40 medium to large Porcelio Scaber Excalibur. Starting bid of $20. And I have all I've got my master isopod spreadsheet now. I can go and spout off exactly the history of this strain without straining my brain about it. Let me find it. Ah, yes, here we are. Roach Crossing ID 171, Porcelio Scaber Excalibur, isolated by Michael Thalacker and refined by Anthony Green in 2021 and acquired from Anthony Green in 2022. Ta-da! Now you can all see. You get a taste of what the new website's going to provide you with. This information at your little fingertips. It will be wonderful. So the Excaliburs have this nice, very crisp white edging. Maybe about 5% of the population still produces like solid grays and whatnot, or like with a very lower skirting. Working on that. I think the isolators, refiners are working on that too. But for the most part, you get 95% proven out with these. And I think by next year, it'll be 100%. But I picked the best individuals of the line as received to put in this group. All right, here's the X for those. All right, going once for the Excaliburs. Very good job by Anthony Green, by the way, for refining these. Going twice. Sold to Hylas, winning bid of 27. And these are different from White Tigers too, and I will cross them to them to see if I can get the whitish light gray over the body multi-gene Scaber. I will do that. But the White Tigers, the lightness extends down the whole body. At the Excaliburs, when you see them in person, it's definitely day and night. The center of the body is the dark color you see normally in Scaber, and then the edges are white versus the White Tigers, where it's more of a stripy effect over the body. We'll see how they interact when I cross the two strains. All right, back for our Spanish enthusiasts, we have 12 small to medium Porcelio Hasai High Yellow, starting bid of $30. I think many people are familiar with this strain. One of the best Scaber morphs, a person says. Why does almost nobody seem to have these? Scaber fell by the wayside when you could import things from Southeast Asia and charge a mortgage payment for them. However, they are making a comeback because now all those distinct lines some of us worked very hard on are difficult to find now. And thus, they will command higher pricing, and also for the quality of the lines, too. With that being said, I will be listing what has quickly become my favorite scaber, and a point of contention with some of my friends even, as to whether or not this particular line is all that. But after this next generation that I just got out of them, I'm confident that this will be one of people's absolute favorite scaber lines of all time until something better is developed, because there's nothing like it in any isopod so far, and I can say that definitively. Well, the only thing that's kind of like it are the Punta Cana and I guess St. Lucia to a lesser extent Vulgari lines, which I do really like, and I still am looking for old import stock of the Punta Canas if anybody's still got them stashed away somewhere. So, anyways, all right, Porcelio Hasai, we've all seen it. We all know what it is. I'll put the X there for wrapping up stuff. The meat grinder and its consequences. There's nothing bad with mixing lines to try and create new stuff. And there's nothing wrong with mixing it because you want to have fun and you want to have a nice colony of different looking stuff and blah, blah. I understand the appeal. The problem is not valuing the people who don't want to do that, and the people and undervaluing when you go to sell something or publicize something, misconstruing what you're actually doing. Oh, it's just simple recessive. Oh, it's just this. And when the information is out there as to what is actually going on or what the truth is with something, like with certain characteristics and strains, you're purposely obfuscating them, and that's no good. It is always better to have more information and say, oh, yeah, okay, cool, these are pure, I'll mix them with something else and I'll just have some fun, than it is to purposely obfuscate and act as if there is none of that information. So, oh, wow, we got a lot of bidding. All right, we're going to wrap it up because I'm going to put another item up, and I have to go outside and let the dogs in because they are having fun out in the negative degree weather. Going once for the Porcelio Hasai, high yellow. Going twice. Sold. To Beetle Pixel. Hello, Beetle Pixel. This is going to make things quite interesting, considering you still need to acquire your beetles, which have all decided to pupate, but I suppose we will figure out something. Maybe it'll be 2 boxes, a box of this auction stuff and a box with all the stag beetles finished pupating, or rather eclosing. All right, I'm going to put up something while I'm gone. Run off. I might even go and grab a couple of these cultures, and this. I'm curious how this will look, but I can move this. I can move this and actually show people stuff. So. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll be a crazy SOB. I'll go get one of my show lights and hook it up over here so you can see every horrific detail of my face. And when the Drosophila decide to fly by, you'll get a nice high-definition view of them. And you guys can actually see some of the actual groups that are available. And maybe, I don't think I'm going to do it with everything, but for some stuff like the new Scaber lines, I think I'd kind of like to show people, especially people who are asking for pictures. But anyways, I'll put something up that doesn't need explaining while I'm gone. We'll do a group of 10 Porcelio, 10 small to medium. They're probably all going to be medium by shipping time, but Porcelio Magnificus, starting bid of $40. All right, I'm getting it written down in my charts here, and I'll go dig through my stuff from the expo and bring it in here, and maybe I'll grab my light and set it up. I think I put it in the spare room, but I will be back, everybody. So I go to look outside. I thought the dogs wanted to come inside, but Nazi's got Victor by the throat, and yet she has her on the ground. So has him on the ground. So I'm just like, okay, I guess they're having fun. So I'll leave them to that. And now I'm going to try and figure out where I want to hook this up to. Maybe over here makes the most sense. Ooh, my Florida's natural. This is my Expo rig. Whoa. Beautiful 5 trillion lumen lights with this nice standing thingamajigger here. And yeah, it's going to get real bright in here really quick. I have, again, debated using this very same rig for showing stuff off at other times.